And it gave me
I
a
thought
nice
you said,
one.
are you Dennis the Menace?
I can't see who
How's
that
your project
is.
going, Kristen?
Where,
I
here,
have
see right
concrete.
here?
Right now I
Where the
can
blue
choose
box
to
is?
have a cement pond or
Yeah.
an addition.
And there's
So,
paving it
yeah.
all
Did,
in, who it is.
Who did your concrete
I
work?
would never
My
cheat
slat,
one of
my
them.
oh, yeah.
cross
Both
walls
cheeks.
and footer was
Ken?
card. Ken
Yeah.
Clayton.
Jason.
Clayton, yeah,
Rose,
yeah, Ken's
Mark.
on commission. so.
Yeah, he was down there almost every day they were there. That was down there watching
Oh,
them.
really? Well, that's good. I haven't seen Ken for.
Yeah,
Well,
and Dale Scott will do my flat work.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
the other option was Steve Simonson, and I didn't want to involve him or a space heater, so
I'm gonna have to
Decided
call
against
Clayton
it.
because we can't find anybody in Norway that does foundation work. so.
and there was a guy in,
Mike Daddy.
Mike Day doesn't do frost walls. He only does flat work.
Flat work, yeah. And he does a good job.
I know he does.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
told Tia that if Mike had forms, I'd have him over at my house in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
when people show up and they're wearing a black tie, you know, Latham's Upholstery is now that black tie pot shop, you know?
Oh,
When they show up and they're wearing that
Yeah.
as their sweatshirt on the job site,
Yeah,
it's all good.
Well,
It's very
yeah.
good, actually.
Yeah.
But
Let's do it.
how did Clayton look?
I've been up since
Still,
3,
yeah,
so that was
okay.
fit me just fine.
He's looked
I'm
hard.
working on
well,
double
that's,
my
what,
allergy
I guess
medicine,
one
so
time they got out of the
Yeah.
truck at a job site, and Jimmy
Well,
was
it's-
telling me,
I've-
and the
I've-
day
The
he
last
falls right
year and a
off
half
the ground.
have been, have the 2 years,
Doing?
runny, scratchy eyes.
my
Oh.
eyes.
I
And
I've
then
always
Zoom
liked,
meeting
you know, I've
today,
known
and
him
I
since he
got a
was
picture-
like a
got a
little
book
boy,
to
so
myself, and I'm
yeah,
like,
always
oh,
known.
heavens, it doesn't look
I
good.
was
I had
like
golf
5
leagues
years ago.
last night and the pine ball and stuff
were like a-
streamed down.
Right.
Oh,
yeah.
And it's like your teeth are gone, you're just a mess. It was heartbreaking, really.
Well, I had a discussion with him about
Everybody
twisted
in the
tea
room runs
and
in.
all of those, you know, malt liquors essentially, you know, and stuff that just is full of sugar.
Oh,
Just
God, yeah,
destroys your
yeah.
teeth.
I can't
When
see
those
with
twisted
my
teas
glasses.
came out, the
I
amount
have
of decay I
binoculars in
saw
my
in
truck.
people was crazy.
Have them if you want.
So,
I sit here like this.
Yeah. yeah, but
We ready?
Yes, sir.
Please stand, salute the flag.
I pledge
allegiance to the flag
of
the United States of America,
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Welcome to our meeting. The next thing on the agenda are the approval of the minutes of the last meeting, May 5th. And I thought they were good. Short.
my only question is, who do we include as, you know, present or whatever? Do we include just, you know, the board members? And the other town staff? Or,
That would be my suggestion, that we only include board members, town manager, and any department heads that will be speaking that night. Because it's, if any of the public happens to be here, they would sign in, and that would be a matter of public record if anybody wanted it. And Zoom is recorded, so anybody that's on the Zoom meeting would be there. So for the minutes, I think just board members, town manager, and department heads if they're present.
so we, for instance, on this, we'd remove Casey Leonard.
Oh, no, I think
Or-
we'd leave Casey Leonard because he was a presenter.
He's later on the agenda though. He's listed on the agenda later on.
Okay, sure.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for that clarification, Mr. Bell.
Anything else?
Motion.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes with the one change of removing Casey Leonard from the people present.
Second.
So a motion, this motion by Chris, second by Harold to approve the minutes of May 5th. All those in favor?
Sorry, we're having a private discussion.
Thank you. Next is department reports.
Dan's up there.
Dan is, all right, hey, Dan. Mr. Roy. Can you hear?
He's muted still.
Can we make any of those guys bigger?
Usually when they
When they
speak, they
speak,
should
it will.
become bigger.
Oh,
But he's got to unmute himself.
I don't know. Let me just go take a look at the.
Hello,
There he is. There he is.
so I'm up in Aroostook County, so it's a little different way up here.
Bonsoir, mon ami.
Bonjour.
I recognize that room. He's got to be at the Hilton Garden.
I am at the thing. Yeah. So fire department, last evening, we held our oral board interviews for the assistant chief position that Pat Smith's going to be vacating effective July 1st. And we chose Anthony Siderio Jr. as the next assistant chief. So I'm happy to make that announcement. We made it public this morning on Facebook. So it's Facebook official, but I'll make it official via the board tonight. So we're pretty excited to bring Anthony on board with our administration. He'll do a great job. He's been a good captain for the past few years, and looking forward to working with him going forward. And again, I just want to give a shout out and props to Assistant Chief Pat Smith for his 2 decades as a chief officer. Those are going to be some big shoes to fill, or little shoes in his case. But looking forward to working with Pat. You know, he's going to stay on, as I said at the last meeting, continuing his 52-year tenure with the department. So that's pretty exciting. On Monday, May 31st, fire department's going to be participating in the Memorial Day services that the American Legion's putting on. They do one at the north. That one's going to be at 9:00 a.m. So we'll have our engine 86 from the North Station attend that service over by Mill Pond next to Tex Tech. That's just a short service. And then the fire department's going to be doing a parade, our annual Memorial Day parade. That's actually scheduled for 11:00 a.m. this year. In the past, it's been 10:30, but this year it's 11:00. So that will be the usual parade route, starting at Cumpston Hall, going down Main Street, hitting the turnaround right in front of the museum, and then ending at the memorial across from the center station for the Monmouth Center service that the American Legion's putting on.
I'm sorry, Dan, I missed what time the North Monmouth.
9:00. And then 11:00 at the center. We'll be staging the parade attendees and apparatus at 10:30. Apparatus at the town hall parking lot, and marchers, horses, etc. Will be at Cumpston Hall. Again, staging time 10:30, 11:00 start time for the parade. Again, no breakfast, so the fire department is going to take one more public event breakfast off the table. So hopefully after this event, we can get back to our normalcy and normal routine with everything in town. But the auxiliary chose to just go one more breakfast with not putting that on at the center station. All right, let's see, what else I got? Oh, BNS paving, I don't have an official date, but they did say by the end of this month. So I'm anticipating sometime this week, we'll get the parking lot paved at the center station, fingers crossed, weather permitting, and their schedule opens up to get us on there. And if it's okay, I haven't checked with Linda yet, but we need 2 days to park our apparatus from the center station while the front is having sealed. They're going to seal that front pad. So we need 2 days to stay off the pavement. So we need to park our trucks, and we discussed it at our recent meeting. We felt that the town office parking lot would be best to park 3 apparatus, in the back corner, if that's okay. If not, maybe the PD could let us park like we've done in the past, in that right rear corner of their parking lot. But if we could overtake that area just for 2 days, that would be great.
Dan, could you split?
Yes.
Put a unit or two at the PD and put whatever you can't fit at the PD at town office.
Sure. Yep. I know we got a little overflow parking there for BIW workers, so I don't want to cram them too much. And certainly, just pulling out for emergency calls, that might make more sense to stay at the PD. So we'll see what we can do. I'll get with Kevin and see what we can work out.
Ground's pretty solid too, so I mean, if you had to flow onto the grass, it shouldn't be a problem.
Okay. And the last thing I got is on June 6th, we're going to be graduating 3 of our juniors. We're down to 6 juniors right now. We're going to be losing 3 that are graduating from Monmouth Academy. So congrats to all 3 of them. And if anybody in town's got any youngsters age 14 to 17, they don't have to necessarily attend Monmouth Academy. They can be homeschooled, but they do need to be reside in the town of Monmouth. If they're between the ages of 14 and 18, we'd love to have them come visit the station on a Thursday night, and we can talk more about our junior program. So we do have several openings coming up. That's all I got, unless you have any questions for the fire department. Okay, thank you.
Kevin's in.
Kevin? Kevin?
Hi there.
Hi.
I really don't have much this evening. The only thing that I have is next week going to be doing our annual firearms training with Winthrop PD. That'll be a 2-day process that Sergeant Westling takes care of. And that's all I really have. If anybody has any questions.
Questions? No. No. I guess we're good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Linda?
A couple quick things. If anyone's wondering where the barrels of flowers are for the downtown, they are in Margot's capable hands at the greenhouse. She's working on those, and they should be appearing soon downtown. And if anyone hasn't seen the link on Facebook, we do have a link to the town's website, to the survey that we put up, asking for input. We're looking at a long-term capital improvement program, and we're trying to get input from the community. For anyone who cannot access the link on our site, we will have hard copies at the polls on election day. A couple of questions that have come up about a couple of items that were not included in the survey. One was broadband, and the other was the Monmouth Academy. Monmouth Academy is on the ballot on June 8th, and so that will be settled on that day. And we didn't put broadband on there because the state is pretty much all over broadband right now. And if the state is going to be using its money for broadband, then there's no sense for us to be doing that. I think we all know that we need to expand broadband in Monmouth, so that's kind of a given. But let's use the state's money if we possibly can. Last thing I have, I did get a complaint this week from a resident about the brown tail moth situation. And she had contacted the state and looking at the process for mitigating the problem. There is a process on the state DEP website where the community can apply for, I guess it would be pesticide spraying by the state, but there's quite an extensive process involved in that. I did not want to undertake that process without coming to the select board first, because not everyone wants to have pesticides sprayed in their town. So I just thought I'd bring it to you. I don't know if it's anything that Monmouth has done in the past. And it's not, I guess, all over town, in certain parts of town.
I know some people that are extremely allergic to brown tail moths. And it just takes the wind blowing a single piece of a brown-tailed moth onto them to cause an allergic reaction. I know years and years ago, there was some pesticide spraying in Monmouth. I don't know what they were spraying for, but so I would recommend that we explore that option. Find out how they determine where they're gonna spray, what they use, what any potential side effects would be, get some details. That'd be my recommendation before we give it a thumbs up.
And I know that there's some different applications, that one I realized of, and saw on one of my walks, because one of the Main Street residents had, I think, 4 of his trees, they're like little capsules that screw into the bark of the tree. And it has a pesticide or something in it that affects the brown tail moths, kind of like an ant trap, I guess, you know, and I stopped and looked and they were covered with little tiny brown tail moths. And then when I walked by 2 days later, they were removed from the tree. So I don't know if it's a period of time or whether I hadn't seen them before and they're there until whatever's inside of them gets into the tree. But I looked at them online and figured out what they were and how they worked, because it was kind of an interesting thing that I'd never seen before. So that might be something that they do too. I'm not sure, you know, how they go about doing it, but I think it's important because, I mean, it's something that we've struggled with, and since they're attracted to apple trees and maples, I believe, and Monmouth, as we know, is full of apple trees, and not only our orchards, but many old orchards that are left in people's dooryards. So I think it's something that we should look at too.
It's maple or oak.
And apple trees too is one of the things that they listed. I mean, every apple tree on my property is usually loaded every year. And so fruit trees, they like fruit trees.
Well, we have a couple of cherry trees and they're loaded.
Yeah,
And not the maples. Some trees are greatly affected.
yeah, yeah,
And like the cherry trees,
Yeah.
both cherry trees are
Yeah.
bare
Yeah.
because they've
to
eaten
do it.
everything.
Yeah, Yeah.
And I've gotten,
the rash before.
and Catherine has to,
Yeah,
and the kids, I think. Too.
I think it's worth looking into.
Oh, yeah.
I'll do that and I'll report back to you. Thank you, that's all I have.
Select board reports.
I just wanted to mention that the Monmouth Fish and Game is having their fishing derby on, for kids. It's open to ages 16 and under, and it's on June 5th. And so that's at the Fish and Game, and I know that that's a great event for kids to take advantage of. And lots of members there, and they're giving away 2 lifetime fishing licenses, so.
What ages?
16 and under. And under 12, you need adult supervision.
Anything else?
I just wanted to mention that I've driven over the Gilman Road a few times since the spring thaw got over with, and the road looks really pretty good to me.
I noticed that dip, Kate, I did notice that,
Yeah.
so it reminded me,
Yeah.
it was profound and now it's kind of
Yeah.
flattened right out.
Yep, it looks good. I was
Yeah.
over it a week or so ago too.
Okay. Nothing else. Public comment. Any public out there who wants to comment? No, no public. Okay. The next thing on the agenda is the awarding of the audit for fiscal year 21 to RKO, Runyon Kirsten Lett, and authorizing the chairman of the board and the town manager to sign an agreement letter.
As the board knows, we just wrapped up the audit for FY20, and we're looking to start on time the audit for FY21, trying to get back on track. COVID has kind of thrown things off the rails a little bit for the auditors because they're not allowed to go out in person. Before we do that, we have to sign an agreement letter authorized by the select board to engage Runyon, Kirstein, and Willett. They've been doing their audit for a long time. I know that there has been some consideration of maybe going out at some point to do an RFP, but at this point, it's a little late for this year. We really want to get the audit going, so I'm asking the select board to please authorize RKO to start the next audit.
So moved.
One second.
Okay, so motion by Harold, second by Chris to approve the awarding of the audit to Runyon, Kirsten, and Willett, and authorizing the chair of the board and the town manager to sign an agreement letter. All those in favor? Thank you. Next is to approve a transfer of credit enhancement agreement from Main Street Property Management LLC to 1111 Main Street LLC.
Thank you. As part of our district, we have one credit enhancement agreement that we have with Main Street Property Management. That building is being sold to 1111 Main Street LLC. The law does allow the select board to allow the transfer of that credit enhancement agreement to the next business that's coming in. And I have worked with our TIF attorney on this. Everything is in order for your approval this evening. And the buyer, I believe, Mr. Roy, is still with us. It's not this evening in case you have any questions, but this is in order for your approval.
I move that we approve the transfer of credit enhancement agreement from Main Street Property Management LLC to 1111 Main Street LLC.
Second.
So the motion by Harold, second by Mike to approve the transfer of credit enhancement agreement from Main Street Property Management LLC to 1111 Main Street LLC. All those in favor? Thank you.
You worked on it. Dan came up with an inventive name.
Yeah. That's the real aggressive one.
Yes.
Right. Okay, then, did you have anything to say about it, Dan? Dan? Can you hear?
Yes.
There he is.
Did you have anything to say about the
Well, yeah, I would love to say a few words. So thank you for approving the credit enhancement agreement. I appreciate that. They'll be helpful going forward. You guys butchered that address. So it's 1111 Main LLC. Just go 1111 rather than 1111. Just can't get any cooler than 1111.
okay?
So this is going to be my business, fire and explosion investigations, new office facility and warehouse facility to store evidence for my business. I'm right now broken up into 3 different storage facilities throughout New England, and I'm going to consolidate into one location in beautiful downtown Monmouth. So it'll be much more convenient for me to store evidence. And I'm moving out of my house, and I'm going to have an office location. So hopefully I can shut the computer down at 5 and get my nights and weekends back. So looking forward to having a place to hang my hat and have an official office space. So the official move-in date we're thinking is going to be June 4th is our closing date if all goes well. So after the first week of June, hopefully we'll be moving stuff in there. So look forward to showing you guys and giving you a tour once everything's all moved in. So thank you.
Thank you. I read the testimony from that from that trial in Boston. That was, but this is not, this is a free trial stuff. That was
How did you come across that article?
somehow was sent to us.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's actually an ongoing litigation case, but it got some traction in the legal world, and somebody interviewed the counsel that I'm working with on that case, and they were pretty impressed with the judge's ruling on my testimony, that they felt that they wanted to do an interview with the lawyers and get that article out to this publication. So I haven't even read it myself. I mean, I read the judge's motion for summary judgment, denial on a case that I was working on, but I haven't read the article that was prepared for this legal document publication. So
The article, it was the judge's decision.
Correct.
Summary, a lot of
Yep.
legal. Yeah. Anyway, thank you.
yep, thank you. Have a good night.
You too. Okay, the next thing is to award a bid in the amount of $216,447 to LP Poirier for sidewalk construction on Beach and North Main Street.
Our engineer from Pine Tree Engineering put out the RFP a few weeks ago, and we opened the bids last Thursday. We had 5 proposals, and they ranged in price from $216,447 to $349,428. And the low bidder was LP Poirier and Sons. We have worked with this company in the past. They did the Academy Road sidewalks and did a great job up there. So I'm asking the select board to please award the bid to LP Poirier and Sons.
I would make a motion that we award the bid in the amount of $216,447. I'm fogging up, sorry. To LP Poirier for sidewalk construction on Beach and North Main Street.
I'll second.
So the motion by Mike, a second by Chris to award the bid for the construction of the sidewalk on Beach Road and North Main Street to LP Poirier for the amount of $216,447. All those in favor?
You have a typo there, Linda. I just noticed you got a comma at the end of 447,
Oh, okay.
but I don't, that's not gonna. As long as it's
Just don't add
not
any more
written in the
numbers.
contract like that, it's.
On the
On the-
position paper?
On the agenda.
It's just on the agenda. I'm just hoping
Oh,
that's
okay.
not transposed from the contract. 'Cause
Yeah.
You're gonna be in big trouble after that.
No.
216 million.
Oh,
potentially.
no, I put the comma after that because I was offsetting the amount. It
Sure,
was-
of course.
It was a Plano or a Nintendo.
Next is warrant number 25.
Items over $1,000. Bernstein, Sure, Sawyer and Nelson. This is our monthly legal services retainer fee, and also our TIF attorney for helping me with the item that you just passed on the agenda. $1,503.66. Blue Rock Earthworks Incorporated, recycling and demo removal, $2,225. Bob's overhead door panel repair at the fire station, $1,040. Dirigo Wireless for portable radios for the fire department, $3,361.50. Election systems and software, this is for the ballots for the June 8th election, $2,645.26. KMB Builders, this is partial payment for roofing on the Cumston Hall Tower, $10,000. Main equalization, our monthly assessing fee, $2,287.50. Main waste to energy for solid waste services, $2,179.56. Mechanical Services Incorporated, this was for work at the town office on the boiler and the AC system, $1,332.86. Treasurer, State of Maine, all for motor vehicle plates, titles, $7,949.48 and $6,029.37. And Wright Pierce for the Wilson Pond Culvert engineering work for the project up there, $1,766.62.
Move we approve the warrant.
Second,
So the motion by Harold, second by Mike to approve warrant number 25. All those in favor? Thank you. Any other business?
Move we adjourn.
second,
All those in favor?
Look, was that a record, Harold?
that was a record.
28 minutes.
How much was it?
28 minutes.
That's impressive.